All right, good morning, everybody. If you saw by the title of the video, unfortunately, I'm getting the first red day in the new account out early this year. So, 2 trades today. We're going to break them both down in this video. Let's go, let's trade. All right, so first trade of the day was here on PDD. It was making a pretty decent move here. You can see it starting to hit in the scanner. Not really an alert yet, only hitting at about an 11 there, but I do go ahead and get it started short here. 100 shares at 92.41. It has made a pretty good move on the chart overall. So a few minutes goes by and it's kind of just slowly grinded higher here. So I was looking at it, I was like, what do I want to do with this thing? I was like, well, we'll see what it does at 93. If it kind of hits 93 and fails to make any kind of move there, I'll probably add in at 93 and then look for just a short stop over that. So I was looking to add in at 93 if we could get there. If it didn't really push up through, which you can see here, we get up through 93. It doesn't really push through, so I add in there. Now I have 200 shares short at an average of 92.72, and I'm either going to stop it out pretty quickly if it wants to continue to grind higher, or I'm going to look to just kind of take profit on this thing after it's grinded for the last few minutes. I'm not really looking for so much taking this as a winner, more so just being able to get out of this with a little bit of money and move on to something better. So it does come down there, and I take all 200 shares down there for a $24 win here on PDD to start the day with an extremely small size trade. And this one actually ended up grinding up a lot from here, so ended up being the right move overall there on PDD. A bit later in the morning was MEGL, and this was a lower price stock that I'm still learning to trade, but you know, we gotta go ahead and get started a short here. 200 shares at 244. It was a really nice move. I liked it overall. It had decent range for a $2 stock. I go ahead and put a take profit order out at 234. Not looking for a ton on this on the first entry here. If we can get down to 234, I'll happily take that and take my $20 win and move on. But as we're going to see here, it didn't want to quite get there. Almost got to 234, couldn't quite do it, and then it's going to start to move higher, which is fine because that's, as you guys know, part of my plan. Or if you don't, now you know. So it's going to continue to move up here, looking for a spot to add in my first add here. So I'm watching it here. Wanted at least up through the 260s. So I'm watching it. There's a nice move through 260. I go ahead and add in 200 more shares there at 264. And I have 400 shares short at an average of 252. So overall, still really liking this chart. It's looking pretty good. And it's just going to have to kind of wait and see what happens here. So a few minutes goes by and it made a little bit of a new high and didn't really do anything, and then it started pulling back. So I had put a take profit order out there down below both entries, but it obviously didn't get there. So once it started making this pullback off of the highs, I was like, okay, this is the point where I no longer want to continue adding into this thing if it wants to continue going. So the right thing to do is to put a stop over the highs. So if you guys see in DOS here, I've actually created a new stop over the high button that I didn't used to have in Lightspeed. Makes it a lot easier. So I go ahead and I click that button and it puts in my stop loss there at the highs plus 1 cent is how I have it set at. So got my stop in here on MEGL, and we'll see if it wants to go up or come down. Well, if you saw the title of the video, you probably know that it went up. So it is going to go up here and break through the highs and make a new high. So it's going to stop me all out there for a minus $88 trade and take me to about minus 65 on the day. It actually did get up into the 290s and then immediately shot down to 240 after that. But that's okay. Sticking with the plan is always better than lucking out if I would have stayed in and waited a little bit longer. So out there for the first red trade in the new account. And that's going to do it for me today. So small red day overall, no big deal. Going to move on to tomorrow. Wasn't a ton of really nice looking opportunities out there that I saw, at least. So HKD was obviously the crazy mover to the upside. I almost took a YOLO long on that, but I just couldn't convince myself to do it. Obviously, it would have worked out nicely pretty much anywhere along that chart. But hopefully you guys had a great trading day. If you like these videos, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.